This is revenge. This isn't an ordinary game for us. Sheffield United dismantled us last season. This time, they need to learn a lesson. Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Chelsea versus Sheffield United. 7th versus smack bang bottom of the table, Sheffield United. But guys, don't let the table fool you. Sheffield United, as we've probably known since off last season, this team is a very, very good team. I don't know what's happening this season to them, but they're definitely not off to a good start. But that doesn't mean we can just disregard them. We know exactly what they did to us last season. I think the first game, it was a 2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge when we were leading 2-0. They came back to equalise with 2-2. And then the second game, which was post-lockdown, they absolutely dismantled us. For me, that particular game, I still remember it because that was probably our worst game of the match last season under Frank Lampard, where we were completely dominated in every facet of the game: midfield, defense, attack, physicality. They completely outpowered us. They pressed us well, and they simply, with their strength, completely dominated us. And we need to remember that. We cannot forget those matches last season and this season think that, they're bottom of the table, they're not the same, we just go rock up and we're just going to beat them. No, it's not going to be the same. Chris Wilder for Sheffield United is a very, very good coach, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be in the bottom of the table for too long. They will start changing that around. But before we get into any of that, guys, please, I want to take this opportunity to ask all of you guys if you could smash that like button. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you're already here and always here watching my videos, please smash that like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. So guys, let's get straight into this. First of all, I want to look into the importance of this match. Let's look into how important it is for Sheffield United. As I said, Sheffield United, they're in the bottom of the table. For them, it's massive. They're away from home, so it's pretty tough. I know, as I've always said, there's no fans at the moment, but to be honest, at the end of the day, it still does matter in the sense that the home team, they know their ground, they're very comfortable, they don't need to travel, which helps out a bit. So away from home, Sheffield United, and they need to start picking up points because they're in the bottom of the table. And we know the Premier League, how tough it can be. Once you're there, it really becomes a dogfight, and if you're there for too long, this becomes a bit of a disease. So they're going to try their level best to get something out of this game. I'm not sure if they're this season specifically. Last season, obviously, they got points against us, but this season, I'm not sure if their team is strong enough to compete against our team. We've strengthened massively in defense and up front, which was an issue for us last season. But then, they really haven't invested too much during the transfer window. And that, I think this is probably why the culmination of bad results for them are coming up, where many other Premier League teams have gone out and invested and strengthened. They haven't done so completely. Ampadu they got from us on loan, but he's not going to be able to feature against them because he's playing against their home club. So he's not going to feature. And they already had injury issues, hence why Ampadu came in initially. So it'll be tough. It'll be interesting to see what they do in their lineup and whatnot. But overall, guys, they're going to be hungry to do something in this particular match because, as I said, they're in the bottom of the table and they don't want to be there for too long. And Chris Wilder is a very, very good coach. He's had our number. Now, why is it important for us? This is the last game before the international break. Since the Sevilla game, we've had 2 draws, so Sevilla, Man United, and since then 3 wins in a row. Krasnodar, Burnley, Rennes. This is another match which is very much winnable, and then we've got Newcastle and Rennes again. So we've got a stretch of games where we can win and prolong this winning streak of 3-match winning streak that we've got. We've got 5 clean sheets in a row as well, and this gives us another opportunity to climb up the table and really start solidifying ourselves in this Premier League table. And, who knows, we could be in a title race here, which is, I don't want to talk too much about it. I've not really even spoken about it in this channel, about a title race, because I simply thought our team this season is just about getting this new group together, getting them to gel together, understanding the style of the football that Frank wants to play. And then perhaps next season, really go out there and challenge for the Premier League. This season was more, covering the gap between Liverpool and Man City from last season. But if we continue to pick up these wins against Sheffield United or Newcastle after the international break, you never know. We could be in the mix of a title race here, and we need to throw ourselves in there. Get into the act of pushing the other teams. And this season looks like, and many of the managers have been coming out and saying that it could be a season where it's a close season. You're probably not going to see a particular team run away like Liverpool last season. And it could be a very, very close Premier League with many teams probably going for that particular title. So why not throw ourselves into the mix? So importance is we can go for our 6th clean sheet in a row. We can go for our 4th win in a row and really start putting ourselves into this title, run, I suppose, title contendership in the mix. So lots to play for us. And that's a little bit about the importance of both sides. Now, in regards to who's available for Chelsea, let's look into some of the stuff that Frank Lampard said in the press conference. He's mentioned that Kepa's back, he's recovered from his shoulder injury. He still feels a bit of pain, but look, nonetheless, it's going to be Mendy in the goalkeeper position. Kepa, I don't think, will ever feature for us again, unfortunately, or fortunately for him. Pulisic is not going to feature in this particular match. He took an injury, as we all know, just before the Burnley match, and it seems like they're saying that it's the issue that we saw from the FA Cup final, the injury from there, it's sort of prolonging. So he's not going to feature. He's been named in the US international team. I hope he doesn't play for USA. But I think with this particular player, we need to be very cautious now. There's too many of these little injuries that are popping up too often. I'd rather him getting completely recovered, slowly integrate into the team, and then hopefully he can start playing for us, and start for us down the track. So no Pulisic and no Kepa. Besides that, everyone else is fit. Frank Lampard does talk about Timo Werner and how he, was in line to get a rest against Burnley, but because of that injury for Pulisic, he had to play. And he understands that Timo Werner needs a bit of rest, but he also said that he's in fine form. He's getting along with the teammates very well, creating partnerships in the field. So he'll continue on. Probably not going to be rested, in tomorrow's match, but he will manage his time after the international break, perhaps. So Timo Werner continues on. So that's a little bit about who's available. Pretty much the whole team. Oh, and Kai Havertz obviously is self-isolating due to COVID, so he's not going to play. And I've just done a video on him not that long ago, so please check that out. It was the last video on Kai Havertz and how we could set up in midfield. Now, let's get straight into how we're going to set this particular matchup and the lineup and the formation. For me, guys, there's two options here. We know, Sheffield United, they play with the 3 at the back, overlapping centre backs, and they play with 3-5-2 sort of formation. We could perhaps match that, but I personally don't want us to do that. I want us to play the 4-3-3 and really take the game at them. We're at home. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be really forcing us too much. So 4-3-3 for me is the formation. And I'll tell you how we set up. I know we didn't see the 4-3-3 against Rennes, but I'm hoping we see the 4-3-3. There could be a lot of confusion from fans that how could we play the 4-3-3 without Kai Havertz, but I have a solution as to how we could possibly do that. So here goes, pretty much. I'd still go with Reece James. Look, I could possibly give him a bit of rest and put Azpilicueta in the right back, but Reece James has been going so well. I don't want to stop that momentum. Football is all about momentum. I want to continue on giving him that opportunity. He's doing so well going forward, and defensively he's been rock solid this season. So let him have that and not tinker too much with the backline. Mendy is the goalkeeper, undoubtedly. He's going for his 6th clean sheet in a row. I think he's going to be breaking some sort of Peter Cech record or equaling some sort of Peter Cech record in 6 clean sheet or 7 clean sheet in a row. 7 clean sheets for him, but 6th in a row. And for me, continue on with Mendy. In the middle, I'd have Thiago Silva and Zuma once again continue on. Both Thiago Silva was taken off a bit early against Rennes, so I got a bit of rest there. Zuma and Thiago Silva is creating a good, partnership together. We saw what happened when Thiago Silva went off against Rennes. As soon as he was off, 2 shots against us was conceded by Rennes. And they were a man down and we still had 2 shots against us. Before that, when Thiago Silva was there was no shots. And without Thiago Silva, Zuma seems a little bit lost sometimes. So I want Thiago Silva and Zuma to continue. Left back, Chilwell for sure. He was also taken off early against Rennes. So hopefully he's ready to go, and we need all our best players against Sheffield United and the fullbacks that they have and the overlapping centre backs and whatnot. So that would be my back. Reece James, Thiago Silva, Zuma, Ben Chilwell and Mendy. In the middle, in the lone DM position, I'd play Kante. Kante to simply marshal side to side and help out the centre backs whenever there's a counter attack, and I know that's probably going to be one of the biggest strengths for Sheffield United to counter. So Kante for me, I don't want to see Jorginho in that defensive midfield, in that holding midfield. Don't want him to be the deepest player there. I don't want even Kovacic to be that, because it throws off the balance and our midfield gets eaten up. So I want Kante to be in the middle. In the right side of the midfield, well, the two midfielders flanking Kante would be Hakim Ziyech and Mason Mount. Hakim Ziyech already drops deep in midfield, has the skill set to be an attacking midfielder. And, he's got the creativity, he's got the work rate, he's not bad defensively. And as I said, he drops deep to link up with the midfield. So his link up play with Kante, Mason Mount, and the forward pack is going to be very, very good, and gives an outlet for the centre backs as well with Hakim Ziyech. So I think he could definitely play well in that. Mason Mount in the left side of the midfield. We've already seen his work rate and his intensity in press. So for me, that midfield will work and it won't get outpowered by Sheffield United. Up front, I would go with Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right side, give him an opportunity and let him sort of link up with this midfield as well. And in the middle, Tammy Abraham, he's been playing really well. His attitude has been fantastic. Scored a goal against Rennes from Reece James's cross, finally putting away a cross. So I want him to continue and get rewarded for his good performances and good attitude. And in the left, Timo Werner, he's at the moment the hot player, in very good form. Let him continue with that. He's now the penalty taker, so he can pump in goals from there as well. And he's very good from the left side. He is another player who drops deep and links up, and he finds space in the back. So he could exploit some space there, hopefully, for Sheffield United. I know if Sheffield United is sitting deep, then you got Ziyech who can unlock all of that. And our forward packs could look into all of that as well. So overall, guys, that's my team. And I'm pretty confident with that team, we should be able to beat Sheffield United. I'm hoping, once again, a 2-0, 3-0 victory here for us to continue on with the juggernaut, with the winning streak and the clean sheet. And let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Please comment below, interact, and let me know what your thoughts are about the whole lineup formation. How do you feel about this game? What do you think about Sheffield United coming into this match? Please comment below. Let's have a good interaction. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.